Hey, um, we're here exactly 10 years ago today. I lost my little girl. Saying it out loud is a lot for me, and when I went to sleep, I had no idea of what today would have looked like. And my plan for today was no plan. And as I was sort of like in that space of getting ready to sleep, there were a number of thoughts that came up. And it was that I wanted, or I felt like I needed to make a whole day out of remembering her. And while that felt like it was a good idea, it's not to say that I'm not remembering her any other time, because I am. It's now more and more apparent that today my focus is on finding the magic in a number of different places, like places that are unexpected. And as I woke up, the wave of tears hit me again. But this time, there was no trying to stop them or thoughts of, I've cried enough already. The past 2 weeks, I've cried every single day because I've been dreading making it to today. And I let the tears fall because those tears said more than any amount of words could ever portray. And sometimes, and especially in this case, not having words to where others can hear what your thoughts are in that moment and how you feel, that was enough, and that was incredibly powerful. And it was a moment where I used and worked with serenity, the my signature healing process that I walk you through in not only the baby loss comfort experience, but also like any moment that you're in Washaya and you interact with me, serenity is like literally right with you. Even if I don't say it, like, just expect that it's a part of interacting with me in some way. There will be an element of serenity that you are going through as we connect. So today I felt a lot of emotion come up, but it wasn't just one. It was a mixture of all of the ones that we've gone through, and the ones that I've spoken about, the different waves. I have really spent time just being with those emotions, and it's not to say that they can't come up again, but as I was sort of in this space of transmuting and alchemizing all of the residual parts of those energies, it was like there was a little fragment of denial, and then there was some more bargaining, there was anger and frustration, and I allowed myself to feel the remnants of depression as well. And today wasn't about fixing any of it. I just let them like finish what they had to finish and express what each emotion had to express. I let all of them take up space. And while I didn't have the words to express how I was feeling, and nor did I want to have the words at that time, because again, it was the time for me to allow my emotions to take up all the space that they need. I'm not rushing them. I appreciate them for what they are, and I let them exist because I've been pushing them down for 10 years. And again, even after I record this audio, that is not the end of me talking about it, because we've got Christmas coming up and the new year coming up. So I am expecting those things to come up, that I'm expecting those emotions to come up again. But if they don't, that's okay. If they do, that's okay as well. And like really allowing my mind and my body to like fully express what it feels without judging it or trying to turn it into something that it isn't and it was never meant to be, has been what I've needed all along. And so I've done a lot of the work with the baby loss comfort experience behind the waves. But there was a final piece that kind of like brought it all together. So this is not an experience to where in 5 days or like maybe like 2 weeks everything gets wrapped up and you're good to go. No. This is a very, very small snapshot of what my healing journey looks like using and going through a small fragment of the Serenity Baby Loss experience, comfort experience. And this is something I'm incredibly proud of. And the missing piece was sharing it with you guys, sharing it with the community I made this for, sharing it with the people who are ready to listen, because in the past I've tried to explain how I feel to people who weren't available for that type of conversation. And what I will say is this: the people Right, so in real time, we are transmuting water, breath, and sound, because now I'm thinking about all of the support that I've had over the last 10 years, and really honoring how this experience has shaped me. There have been so many there have been so many people who I didn't know, but they showed up in incredible ways along that journey. And I have no clue how I would have got here without them, because there are days where I didn't know what was next, in terms of if I was going to get through it, or if it was just gonna feel like this all the time. And like I keep saying this, but the lack of support around baby loss and my experience, it makes me so sad and angry that that version of me, like the smaller version of me, the inner child version of me, that younger version, went through that. And to have made it 10 years down the line and having deep conversations with people I haven't met in person yet. Some of them I've met in person, but for the most part, they were able to hold this conversation, this experience. And that's what I that's what I'm now that's what sorry. That's what I now feel like I'm in a position to do. So I can hold more than one conversation about this because through documenting this experience, it has allowed me to create space for the women that I'm here to support and hold. Yeah, so with the whole support thing, it is just absolutely incredible that I've met some amazing people. I've connected with people who are able to hold the depth of this conversation, and it didn't feel like it was too much. They invited me to take up as much space as I needed at the time. And now it's my turn to invite any woman who hears this and is going through this. I invite you to speak to me. You are welcome to take up as much space as you need with your emotions and with your experience. It's okay if you can't quite figure out how you're feeling. I'll help you. It's okay if you don't know if you can get through the next hour. It's okay. I'll help you. I'm here. And this is so beautiful because if this is resonating with you at all, I am calling in 5 soul led women to go through this beautiful, transformative process. And it doesn't matter if it was 10 minutes ago or 10 years ago. My work is magic. And I said that today's focus was me finding the magic in today. And as I'm spending the rest of the day in deep reflection and a deep meditative space alongside my spirit baby, the magic is in what I've created as a result of such a painful experience, and I can openly say that there there have been a lot of things that have happened in my life, but nothing has touched nothing has like touched me and had quite an impact on me in any kind of way like baby loss has. So, yes, we are in the magic, like Washaya is the magic. The baby loss comfort experience is the magic. And if you would like to feel into this and dive deeper, I invite you to message me and we can book a call. So you can comment down below or you can find me on social media. I will put all of my links down below, so you just gotta click and you'll go straight to where I am on Facebook, Instagram as well, and I'll also put my email down. So, with that part kind of channeled, I really want to connect with the final wave, which is acceptance. And this is in the Riding the Waves of Grief ebook that's in the baby loss comfort experience when you say yes. So you'll have access to all of this information I'm talking about, and then so much more, as this is a 6-month experience. Oh my gosh. Builders. Okay, right. So for the acceptance element, I really wanted to see again what feels safe for me to express or do today. And I am in the process of focusing on the breath element with clearing my physical space. So that for today is my main distraction away from deciding to not really do anything too heavy and sort of like where I really have to concentrate. So like when there are certain like admin business tasks, today is not the day that I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to be focusing on like literally anything else other than business. So I will be doing the breath element a little bit later. And then initially, I'm really connecting with the element of water, as you've already experienced in this podcast episode. And now the water element is me connecting with what it is that my body and my mind need to get through and to navigate the moment. So I'm going to catch myself because I said get through, and I remember that that was something I said when I was trying not to feel things. So we're not getting through today. I am moving through today with insane amounts of presence and anchored energy. So I'm feeling all the things. I am not blindly just going through the motions. I'm going to pause. I will readjust. I will do something to shake up my energy so that I get to feel everything and process it, because while I'm also clearing my physical space, I'm clearing my energetic and emotional space as well, along with the spiritual side as well. So, as I'm doing this and processing all of these emotions, I want to really make today count, because I've set my intentions for the day, and those intentions have made me feel a lot better about the transition between healing through the bulk of baby loss and like the emotions, where right now they were sort of at their heaviest and like most dense. So over the past couple of weeks and like the last week specifically, I've been able to move so much. I've been able to alchemize a lot of energy through the exercises in the Riding the Waves of Grief ebook. So, with that side of things kind of addressed, I am going to also be moving on to sound. So, when you come in to the baby loss comfort experience, there will be an acceptance playlist that is available for you. And these are all tracks that I have crafted, and there is a very specific part of this experience that the acceptance playlist supports, and I will be going into that more when you come in. And then this process is going to help you vocalize how you feel. And in the same way where I said that earlier, I didn't really have the words for any of my emotions, and now I'm in a place where I'm able to talk about what's been happening. That's the power of the acceptance playlist, because I have actually listened to that already today. Whew. I also would like to kind of share the importance of having small elements of a routine. It doesn't have to be like a full blown one, but there are a couple of things that I've done today and that I did as I was sort of like shifting out of the space where I was just allowing myself to cry, and I will continue to do and allow this moving forward. But um I just allowed the tears to flow, and then I was like, oh, I've woken up and I haven't had my coffee yet. Let me go and do that. And then like the sound of the kettle was grounding, because I was like, oh, whenever I hear the kettle, it means that I am getting ready to have my coffee. And having that small little thing in my morning allowed me to really connect to that element. And I already connected to the water element as well, because another aspect of the water element is speaking my intentions into my uh my water, and that includes like the bath water, or as the shower begins to flow, I speak my intention and then I go in and come out. And the same thing happens with pretty much any drink that I have now. And today's intention, or part of today's intention, was for my coffee to hold me while I heal. And I drank it, and yeah, that's like part of the reason why you are hearing this um episode today. So yeah, I am so so excited for what is happening moving forward, because I will do a ceremony in a little while, and this is just kind of like to seal the energy and to honor my little girl. Like that's all this is. And again, there was that part of me that was like, oh, am I doing this because it feels performative? No, it's because for 10 years I've been trying to say that I've been trying to say all this in a way that isn't making people uncomfortable. But I've now got to the point where that's not my concern, because I've been feeling uncomfortable for a decade. And like I said, the missing piece was actually sharing my story openly, sharing my lived experience with you guys, with my community. The whole reason why Washaya exists is because I want my community to feel seen. I want them to feel like they're not alone. And making people uncomfortable because I'm talking about baby loss is the last thing I'm concerned about now, because I really don't want to have another woman feel like she's not heard, she's not valued, and her pain and her experience doesn't matter because the people around her don't know how to hold that conversation. That's why I'm talking about it now. That's why I'm sharing it. That's why I'm being open about it, because I'm showing you that I can hold the depth of this conversation. I'm here sharing the parts that for a while I shied away from because I didn't want to make people uncomfortable. But this whole experience, like, I was uncomfortable, and there were people I tried to turn to that could not hold this conversation. And because of that, and because of how determined I am to make the conversation feel more empowering, not for those who aren't ready to hold the conversation. I'm here to help other women like you listening. I want you to feel empowered with what happened slash what is happening right now. And I want you to have a guide, something that holds you when you feel like crumbling, when you feel like your world is falling apart. I want this to serve as that space for you and me as well. Like I'm here. So if any part of this resonates with you, I invite you to further the discussion in the comments if you're on YouTube or just on social media. And if you are somebody who doesn't feel like they're ready to be like public and open, my DMs are open. They are open. They are open. No question is too much. I can now hold this conversation. I can hold my own conversation about this. And I now have space for yours. I'm here to hold and support you. So, from my little girl to yours, thank you ever so much for spending time with me today. And until next time, I will see you soon.